We're all getting used to these amazing AI assistants, right? These tools that can plug into our apps, our files, basically our entire digital lives. But that power, that incredible convenience, it comes with a hidden risk. And frankly, it's a terrifying one.
I know, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. It's a very real, fundamental vulnerability that we all need to understand. What happens when the very tools designed to help us are actually Trojan horses, just waiting for the right moment to turn against us?
So, to really get a handle on this threat, we have to start with the breakthrough that made it all possible in the first place. You can think of this as the hero of our story, the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. Okay, so what is MCP? Well, think of it like a universal translator for AI. It's a standard that lets any AI model talk to any external tool out there. And this is a total game changer. Suddenly, your AI isn't just a chatbot anymore. It's an agent. It can send your emails, search your documents, interact with websites, all on your behalf. This is how AI stops just talking and starts doing things in the real world.
But here's the twist in the story. You know how every superhero has a weakness? Well, MCP's greatest power is also its greatest vulnerability. So now let's meet the villain, a nasty little security flaw called prompt injection.
So attackers can come at this in two ways, directly and indirectly. A direct attack is like tricking the AI to its face. You paste in some sneaky text and hope it works. But the indirect attack, oh, that's way more sinister. It's like leaving a poisoned note in a book that you know the AI is going to read later. The AI is just doing its job, processing an email or a web page, and bam! Hidden inside is a malicious command that it has absolutely no reason to distrust.
And the most dangerous form of this attack, the one we're really going to dig into, is one that hides right inside the very tools we're supposed to trust. Okay, this right here illustrates the problem perfectly. Check out this example from researchers at Invariant Labs. Now, to you, the user, this tool just adds two numbers. Simple, right? But look at what's hidden in the description, the part the AI reads but you almost never see. It's a hidden command telling the AI to secretly read your private SSH keys. Yeah, the digital keys to your entire online kingdom, and then quietly send them off to an attacker. And this has a name: tool poisoning. It's an attack that turns a perfectly trusted tool into a spy by hiding instructions in a place no normal person would ever think to look. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate Trojan horse for your AI. And believe me, these attacks can get even more clever with something called tool shadowing. A malicious tool doesn't even have to do the dirty work itself. Its description can actually contain instructions that hijack a completely different trusted tool on your system. Or how about a rug pull? A developer releases a perfectly safe tool, waits for everyone to install and trust it, and then pushes an update that maliciously changes the description. Nasty.
But you might be wondering, how on earth are these attacks so effective? Well, it all comes down to a classic security flaw called the confused deputy problem. Imagine you give your assistant a company credit card and tell them to only buy office supplies. But then a scammer calls, convinces your assistant they're the CEO, and tells them to buy $1,000 in gift cards. Your assistant has the authority, the credit card, and they have the instruction from the scammer. They're confused, and they do it. That's exactly what's happening to these AI models.
You see, you can't really hack a large language model in the traditional sense. You have to persuade it. This is basically social engineering, but for machines. You're just tricking a very powerful, but very naive entity into misusing its own power.
And here's why they fall for it so easily. First, an LLM just isn't discerning. To it, an instruction is an instruction, whether it comes from you or from a random line of text on a website. Second, it often prioritizes the newest thing it read, so a malicious command can just override your original one. And at its very core, it's been trained for one thing: blind obedience. That combination makes it the perfect unsuspecting pawn for an attack.
So let's talk about what this actually means in the real world, because this goes way beyond a theoretical problem. We're talking about everything from stealing your most private data to completely hijacking your computer. Researchers are already finding and cataloging these attacks. I mean, just look at this table from the MCP project. It's just a sample, but what should jump out at you is that efficacy column. You see high, high, high. Yeah, these attacks don't just exist, they are incredibly effective.
And this isn't some abstract concept. Researchers showed how a malicious tool could literally send all of your emails to an attacker. Even if you explicitly tell the AI to send an email to your mom, the AI would do what you said and also secretly do what the attacker said, all in the background without you ever knowing.
And the scale of this problem is, well, it's staggering. A team of researchers has already categorized, wait for it, 31 distinct types of these tool-based attacks. This isn't just one little flaw. It's a whole new class of vulnerabilities that we're only just beginning to wrap our heads around.
Okay, I know that was all a bit doom and gloom, but the good news is the battle to secure AI is already on. Some of the smartest people out there are working hard on building a digital shield to protect us from all this.
And this fight is happening on two main fronts. On one side, you've got user-side defenses. This is all about giving you, the user, more transparency and control, letting you see exactly what an AI is about to do. But the more robust, long-term solution is probably on the system side, building automated security guards right into the AI's architecture that can stop threats before they even get to the model.
So how does that automated guard work? Well, it's a really clever three-step process. Think of it like a dedicated firewall for your AI. This gateway sits between the model and the outside world, and it intercepts everything. Then, it inspects that traffic, looking for any signs of an attack. And finally, it enforces the rules. If it sees something bad, it can block it, clean it up, or flag it and ask you for permission before it lets it through. It's an automated checkpoint for every single thing the AI wants to do.
But some researchers think even a firewall is just a patch, not a cure. There's advanced research, like this concept called the PICO architecture, that says we need to fundamentally redesign the AI models themselves. The idea is to build them from the ground up with two separate, isolated channels, one for trusted instructions from the system, and another for untrusted input from the outside world. That way, the AI would be structurally incapable of getting them confused in the first place. It's a huge task, but it could solve the problem at its very core.
So, all of this leads to a pretty crucial question. As we race to build more powerful and more capable AI, we find ourselves in an arms race to secure it. And honestly, it is not at all clear who's winning. And I want to leave you with this really sobering thought from security researcher Simon Willison, who's a leading voice on this stuff. He points out that we've known about this fundamental problem for years now, and we still don't have a foolproof solution. The very nature of how these models work makes them vulnerable. And that, right there, is the real question we all have to grapple with. As these AI agents get more and more autonomous, weaving themselves deeper and deeper into our lives, the stakes just get higher and higher. Building the shield is one thing, but in this new world we're creating, can we ever really be sure it's strong enough?